Our host is online.
Hi, I'm Tara Bennett, contributing editor for SYFY WIRE and host of the Colony podcast. And I have with me the big brains of the show, executive producers. Hello, guys.
Hi.
It's so good to have you back. I feel like it's been months. It's like you don't call, but I know you're writing. So
we are writing.
You're doing lots of writing. So the finale was fantastic. You know, you've got this whole departure, this new idea of us now being outside of the block system, which is pretty big in terms of just the whole structure of the show. You're moving to Vancouver to shoot the show. All of that adds a whole lot for you guys in the writer's room to practically think about where you want to put the Bowmans and how much more you want to show us of what the world is outside. We've gotten lovely cold open teases of what the outside world looks like in a lot of different places, but what was the kind of conversation setting up for season 3 about where they're going to go and how much you want to show us?
Yeah, I mean, we were very energized by the idea of being able to leave Los Angeles in a big way with the main characters that we tell the story through their eyes. So being able to go out there and do that and answer the questions about what's going on outside the colony, possibly what do other colonies look like beyond Los Angeles, that was all really intriguing and was great kind of creative fodder for us after we got over the existential terror of suddenly relocating the show to some place that does not look at all like Los Angeles. Right. But I think that our goal this season is to own that and to lean into it and make it a creative benefit for the show instead of something that we're trying to hide. So
how do you guys feel? You know, a lot of fans have been speculating, could there be a time jump, or do we get to pick up, where they've been without spoiling really anything you don't want to, with the conversations about, where you knew where you wanted to pick the story up, or did you play around with ideas of maybe moving around and meeting them later on in their journey?
Yeah, I would say we considered many options.
Many options.
Yeah. And, when you're thinking of this kind of totally new environment, Vancouver, you can obviously shoot places to look like things, but you kind of also embrace this kind of environment that the Bowmans are heading towards. Is it going to feel like a show that needs to be anchored like we were in the blocks, or is it going to feel like more an on-the-road kind of show as the family kind of moves around? It's different kind of storytelling if you choose that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think this season goes through like 3 very distinct phases. And that's part of the fun of it is really, when the first trailer drops for season 3, I think people will be surprised at how different it looks and feels. But it's the same characters that we've been following all the way along. It's the Bowmans, it's Snyder, it's Broussard. We've told 23 hours worth of story in the Los Angeles block, and we were really charged up by the ability to go outside and not just see one thing, but see multiple things.
And the interesting thing about shooting in Los Angeles is that the show always had in tone a bit of a noirish feel.
Yeah.
But you contrasted that with the sun-splashed brightness of being in the City of Angels, and it lent this weird subtext to every scene, but it never quite matched in a way, which was unsettling, maybe a good way, but also at some point it starts to wear off. And the show also grew darker as we made it. So now we're moving to delightful, rainy, Vancouver during the peak of the rain season. So it's going to have a genuine noirish, wet feel, which is going to be not so great for crew and cast,
but good for storytelling.
Potentially good for storytelling. Yes.
Let's talk about the Los Angeles part of it. There are characters that without even telling us from the Los Angeles storyline outside of the Bowmans that will still be part of the story.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to revisit a bunch of those characters. I mean, the thing that I've always liked about Colony is that we're sort of unsentimental about moving on from characters, and I think that creates questions in the audience's mind, but I think those questions are really vestiges of a rhythm of storytelling that Colony is just not interested in, which is, giving every character their proper exit and, giving you a definitive, like, this is over and the curtain call. This is an incredibly violent world, and it's unpredictable, and it's unjust in a lot of ways. We like to sit the audience in that position and have them experience it through the POV of the show, and you realize how, quickly and tragically life can end, or somebody's personal freedom can end. And the show has done that a lot. And I think, we've been very clear about our send-offs of characters, but people, just the tendency of people that love these characters, which is great, that they want more. They want some sense of closure or something, but the closure is all right there on the screen. And I think that's happened for a couple of people. But then other characters like, Broussard, there's a story to be told there, and he stayed behind for a reason. Is he still in LA? That remains to be seen what he's up to. He's always busy. The guy always finds something to do.
He's good.
And that will not change in season 3.
We are always watching.